Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Alright, everyone. This one is definitely recorded before you're going to view it and completely out of order because this is Bad Company's Desolation Angels. Okay. Look at this artwork, okay? Look at this artwork. This artwork just screams we're going into the 80s, man. This artwork screams we're ahead of the 80s, okay? This album would have been released after I was born, technically. However, that being said, I definitely wasn't old when it came out. But because my dad listened to a lot of rock radio when I was young, growing up, like as long as I can remember, my dad, if it was me and my dad in the car, my mom wasn't in the car, rock radio was on. So I remember hearing a lot of this album, man, because when I put this album on, I was kind of like, wow, really? 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 And I thought a lot of these songs were even earlier than they were as well, so I was kind of surprised. Like, the album opens up with Rock and Roll Fantasy, man. Okay, so, one, I didn't even realize this was a Bad Company song. Two, I really dig this song. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's my favorite Bad Company song, but, it's definitely up there in my top 5, man. It's just a good, fun song with a great groove to it, great sound to it, man. Like, everything about this song screams 80s rock. And I don't mean heavy metal, and I don't mean pop. I mean actual, like, true blue rock. What 70s going into 80s was leading to until, new wave punk and all that kind of. But you can hear elements of that in here. It's really cool. The exploratory sounds that are on here. Like, this album honestly is ahead of its time with its sound. And surprisingly, considering how much I ragged on Bad Company when it came to Lone Wolves for the production, they did this one themselves as well, and the production on here is fantastic. Sweet. They got it right on this one, man. So after Rock and Roll Fantasies, we get into Crazy Circles, which is a great album cut. It fills out the album nicely. Nothing too special. Then you got Gone, Gone, Gone. And this one's a really good tune, man. Like, this one's got some real... The chorus kind of gets a little pop rocky a little bit. Really catchy and hooky, which is awesome and you want. But the verses really got this kind of great atmosphere to them. It's darker and a different kind of vibe to it. It's really cool. Evil Wind, another one, great when the album's playing. Early in the Morning. This is one of those Bad Company songs that people would, make fun of Bad Company for. It's one of those light, fluffy, kind of soft poppy, not poppy necessarily, but soft rock kind of songs that I was talking about, like on some of the previous ones where, Bad Company, I've definitely come to accept that Bad Company follows in the same vein as Nickelback and Creed and a few of the other ones where, because of how popular they got for their slower songs or their softer songs, they got highly disregarded for their more rock songs, their harder songs, their heavier songs, stuff like that. And it really kind of sucks. Then we get on to what would be side 2. That's one thing I love about this, with it being set up like it is on the vinyl. I can say it as a vinyl, even though I have it on compact disc, so I don't have a side 2. Lonely for Your Love, that's a decent tune. I don't mind that one. Gets it going pretty good. Starts it off nice. Oh Atlanta, that's, it's because of songs like Oh Atlanta and a few other ones that Bad Company does that I always thought they were an American band. I never would have guessed they were a British band. What are you going to do, right? Take the Time. Yeah, when that one's playing, it's playing. When it's not playing, whatever. Rhythm Machine. Okay, so this one, Rhythm Machine is a good song. Definitely has some disco influence on that one, man. You can definitely hear just a little, not a lot, just a little, to give it that whole Rhythm Machine kind of vibe, and it works. I really like it. I really dig this song. And it was funny when Tracy and I were listening to it and the lyrics were coming through the other day. We both kind of looked up and went, "That sounded just a little gay." And I don't know if it's supposed to be, and I don't mean gay in a bad way. I mean gay as in a gay way. There was just a certain line where he goes, "I'm a rhythm machine. He knows what I mean," and it's like the way he says he knows what I mean. It's kind of like, is this a tip of the hat to Freddie Mercury or something like that? Like I'm just kind of like, what do you mean by this? You know, or it could just be a straight out line that he's just calling out dudes, man, because the song is not as much as there is that sexual innuendo you could say throughout the song. If you listen to the lyrics at face value, they're just literally about a musician that wants to make you move. That's literally what it is. But it definitely has some sexual undertones, overtones, undertones, nuances, whatever. Either way, good tune. And then it finishes off with "She Brings Me Love." And it's a really good track to end the album on, man. Like, it's as much as I bag on the band when they get a little bit into the kind of old school soul, rhythm, blues kind of zone, it works. It really works. The whole way around, I have got to say that Desolation Angels. Now, I have not completed the Swan Song years, all right? I believe this would put us at album review number 5? Yes. Pretty sure this is album review number 5, so there's one more left to go. And without listening to that one more left to go yet, well, I have actually listened to it, but without actually, in this case, listening to it, this is probably tied with the Bad Company album as my favorite album. This is not the most progressive of all their albums. Like, one thing I gotta say about Bad Company is you can't call them prog rock, but they're definitely progressive. They definitely have a bunch of different vibes, feel, nuances, stuff like that going on. A lot of it coming from like the fact that they're a rock band, but they do a lot of soul and B. They pull a lot of funk. This one, they use the funk, but they use the disco, they use some soul, they use some R&B, but this is a lot more of a mainstream kind of rock album, I think. This one uses those elements and blends them into rock songs, solid, beautifully nuanced rock songs, instead of having a bunch of songs that are just kind of a little all over the place. This one definitely has a vibe to it, has a feel from beginning to end. This is an album, man. Like, the rest of their albums, kind of, if they do a vibe, like Bad Company, that's got some great flow to it. Straight Shooter, that one's not bad on the flow, but it gets a little too soft. Running with the Pack, definitely too soft, too R&B. The one before this, which I am completely... Oh, Burning Sky. Burning Sky definitely was a really good album. This one I like better than Burning Sky. It's got more rock flavor to it, which I really, really dig on. And I have to get to the last album, which I'll probably be recording before the end of today, but you won't be seeing in advance because I'm going to stagger out the Bad Company reviews. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think. What do you think of Desolation Angels? Am I giving it too much praise? Am I not giving it enough praise? I think I'm giving it some pretty decent praise here. What's your preference? What are your preferences for Bad Company? Anyways, let me know. I will be coming out with a top 10 for Bad Company based off of this set in general. I might do an overall review of the set too. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't made my mind up yet. But overall, let me know what you think. Comment section. That is what it's for. On your way down there in the description, you will see a link for the TWA. That is the Trampoline Wrestling Association. Please check that out. You will also see a link for the Howling Odyssey. That's where a lot of my new music endeavors are going. And speaking of my music endeavors, if you go to Patreon, I have been uploading a lot of my music there as well. Check it out. Okay, folks. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, the little bell for notifications. They help me out. They help you out. Peace, love. Take care.